Mel and I am from the Seed Cycle.
I'm Mel also, and I'm from Remedy Kitchen. We're excited to see you again today. We've done our first series, which was the breakfast series, and we just finished doing our Nourish Bowl series, and today
we are doing our Wholesome Snack Series. I have to say, this is my favorite and we haven't even started because I love snacks.
Yes. Yes.
And especially healthy snacks.
I know, it's so easy when you're on the run to have something naughty, but if you're organised and you've got something yummy at home that you can just pop in a little container and take with you in the car, then you're not tempted to eat something you shouldn't. So we hope that we can excite you in the kitchen to try a few of our new little snack series.
Let's get started. Recipe 1 in our Wholesome Snack Series are sticky date sandwiches. Yum. And I'm so excited for this, and I'm excited to introduce you to my other Seed Cycle products which you haven't seen in our last series. And so I have a biscuit and a brownie mix which has your seeds in it. And what I've done with these mixes is I worked out the therapeutic dose and how you can incorporate it in a snack and still have your seeds each day. So that's what I've done, and we're going to be using the biscuit mix to make these delicious sandwiches.
Can't wait for these ones.
Yeah, and including a few other ingredients which I'll let you go through, Mel.
But the lovely thing about this one today is it's not very many ingredients at all. You're going to watch just how quickly this whole thing comes together, and they're just really tasty, and everybody likes a little snack, and it's nice if it's healthy and you don't have to have any guilt. So yeah, biscuits, we're actually going to use Mel's biscuit mix. We're going to have some of my oats, and we're going to use the milled oat porridge today, and we've got an egg, and we've got some coconut oil just to bind our bickies together. And then for our yummy filling, we've got some raw cacao, we've got some yummy dates, and we've even got a little bit of our rice malt syrup just to make it yummy and sticky and sweet in between.
Yeah, it's going to be so yummy.
Yep.
Soak the dates. Now, a little tip when you are buying dates, some of them actually have vegetable oil with them, and I'm not sure why they do that, probably maybe to preserve it or something.
Yeah.
But as we've spoken about before, when we don't want vegetable oil on our dates, it's highly inflammatory, it's not good for our guts, and you can avoid it. So all you have to do is just check the back of the packaging where it says ingredients and just make sure that all it has is 100% dates. So that's what we've got here, and we're going to soak them in boiling water, and we're going to do that for about 10 minutes or so, or while we're prepping the biscuits.
So if you can pick your dates first and before you pop them in, and some people just are time poor, but you'd regret it if you didn't take this stage, because it will just make that lovely sticky sauce in between really smooth and a lot easier to work with.
Oh yeah, totally. Of our recipe is so simple. We're just using 4 ingredients. So we're using the Seed Cycle biscuit mix, we're using the Remedy Kitchen milled oat porridge, which is this one here, 1 egg and half a cup of coconut oil. Now I measured out half of this mix because we're only going to make 7. We're not going to make a whole 2 weeks worth, and 7 of these will work out to be your daily dose. So you have 1 each day, and that's your daily dose of Seed Cycle if your family doesn't eat it.
I was going to say, if you can control yourself.
Yeah. So I've just measured out half, which is 225 grams of the biscuit mix.
But in saying that, and we're having a giggle, if you do know that your family is just going to go, oh yum, what's that? You can just like double what we're making today, and use the full packet of the biscuit mix, and then at least when you go to have your seeds each day, you don't have to go, where did they go? Yeah. So, and also if we can firstly start by just preheating the oven to 180 fan force. biscuit is all mixed together, the mix, we're just going to use a little bit of the leftover coconut oil from in the cup just to grease a cupcake tray.
So we've chosen to use the cupcake tray to make the biscuits, just so then they're there when we're making the sandwiches, they're the same size. But you don't have to do this, you could just make biscuits on a tray, line it with some baking paper.
Yeah, a bit rustic.
Yeah, make it look a bit rustic as well. And I find that using an ice cream scoop works really well. So I just wet this a little bit and then I use the ice cream scoop to measure out. And so what we're trying to do is get it as even as possible. You can also weigh them as well if you like, but we want to make 14 biscuits.
Biscuit mixture in the actual tray. We're going to pop it in the oven. Now it may vary. You might want to cook it for 10 minutes and it'll be nice and golden, or you may have to leave it for 15 minutes. Just keep an eye on it, but it's nice to get a little bit of golden colour on the top of it. So actually in the oven cooking, we're going to move on to making our yummy chocolate sticky gooey goodness for the middle.
for the middle of the sandwich.
Yes. So the dates have been soaking now for 10 minutes. So we're just going to demonstrate how there is a little bit of a skin on the outside of the date that we're just going to peel off, and it'll come off really, really easily because it's been soaking for a while. And our other ingredients we're going to be using:
the raw cacao, which is going to make it really nice and chocolatey. Raw cacao is also one of the best plant-based sources of magnesium, so I love using this whenever I can. And we're going to use a little bit of the rice malt syrup and a little bit of coconut, and also sometimes I like to add some of the water that the dates have been soaking into the mixture. This is really we'll give you some measurements, but you kind of got to see how you go.
Yeah, it's very visual. Yeah, because some people will want it to be quite thick inside your sandwiches, and then other people might want to pipe it to make it look really pretty. So you may need to make it just a little bit wetter ingredient so that you can actually get it through the piping bag. Oh, biscuits.
The chocolate date sauce in a piping bag, so we're going to give it a go. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but if all else fails, get your knife and
just pop it on.
And pop it on. sticky date sandwiches are done. We told you it was going to be easy.
Super easy and really impressive. Like if you've got friends dropping over, it doesn't take long to put these together and you can wow them and they're not going to feel guilty about having a nice healthy snack.
Yeah, so these are best stored in the fridge or the freezer, and have one each day on phase 2 of seed cycling. It's so nice to have them in the afternoon with a tea. They've got all the beautiful seeds in it and oats, which are going to keep you nice and full and obviously support your hormones.
Yeah, and I mean, if you've forgotten in the morning or at lunchtime and you get home in the afternoon and you're like, oh, I haven't had my seeds today, you can just, if they're in the freezer, you can just pull one out, make yourself a nice cup of tea, sit down and have a healthy snack, and you make sure you get your seeds for the day.
I also like it with a bit of vanilla panna ice cream as a dessert.
Yum.
So yummy.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Another idea for you. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you've enjoyed this recipe. We've got 3 more recipes for our snack series, so stay tuned.
Thanks, guys.